weird because I already started saying hello and I didn't press start, so you might have just got, oh! Wait, start a video and Optimus just, oh! Welcome to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week visuals. We talk about absolutely anything to do with my dog and his very weird cry noises when he just, you know, you're not getting enough attention, pal. Don't you stand on my Xbox remote. I was going to say backdrop, but that'll be an elbow. What the fuck is an elbow? I trust when he goes into this mode, because it's quite often when he'll grab something that doesn't really poke you in the eye, grab something to just run off with. What do you require, my good sir? What are you after? Jelly beans? We're here to talk about Pokemon. Do not take my jelly beans, good sir. My jelly beans are not for you. I haven't had jelly beans in years. There's a pigeon on that roof. Visuals, we're going to do another my favourite Pokemon of this type sort of list because we've done my two actual favourite types. Now we're just going to spitball them off. I thought I was going to keep it more separated, this and, you know, spread them out. But I thought let's just do it because, you know, why not? So this week, we're doing water. There's some fish in a... It's not a fish tank, but it's got water with plastic fishes in it. And I thought let's do water. And the rest of it's in no particular order. My two favourite types are... I didn't realize coffee made you so gassy. Flying and grass. And again, they're in no particular order. I always just can't decide who I love. I think it's grass I love more. But then tomorrow I'll say flying. And the rest of the types are just sort of in any particular order. But we're doing water. Because what has a lot of cool Pokemon? They can't get to the bird, mate. We've already done flying. It's obviously a classic, OG, fucking major, important, significant, decent type in the world of Pokemon. Did any of them words really relate just to water? Did it relate to like most of them? Oh no, because we get some newer types like fairy and shit. Well, just fairy. Types are technically OG types. Just fairy. I mean, Dark and Steel took a while to get introduced, I guess. Well, I say a while. Gen 2. No, we're going to talk about water, so please let me know your favourite water-type Pokemon down in the comments below. And to keep it a bit more interesting and a bit more varied and fresh for me, out of the three, we're not including the three we've already done, which type should we do next? No, my luck, we'll get one comment that says, do Grass-type next, and I'll go, okay. And I'll probably do it again next, and it'll probably be a completely different fucking list because I'm a moron. But no, don't comment grass type. Comment anybody that does give a shit. James, you usually give a shit. Tell us what type we should do next. Don't say grass type. Kicking us off, it is Kabutops. I love me some Kabuti. Toopty booty bastard. It's a very weird looking Pokemon. And back in the day, it actually used to fucking terrify me. The fact that it's, you know, it's claw, fucking shit's hanging out and whatnot. And it's just like, all the gaps and just the eyes and the weird shaped fucking flat head. You're like, you're ugly. But over the years, I've come to appreciate and love this little fossil motherfucker. I remember when I first got him in Pokemon Go and I hatched him. Sorry, I didn't hatch him. I hatched a Kabuto to get my last Kabutops, because I had enough candies. And I hatched him at the Carlisle Town Centre on my way to my back shift at work. And I was like, oh my god, I've got a Kabutops. Proper over the moon about it. Like, it was like the best thing that's ever happened to me. I don't know why. Always chose Kabuto in the original games when you had the choice of your fossils. But now that I've, like I said, now that I'm not scared, I've grown up, I don't get scared of shit anymore. Apart from loud noises, ghosts, darkness, water, sharks, giant octopus, anything that lives in the deep, anything coming from above. But apart from that stuff, I've fallen in love with him, and I don't get scared of him anymore. He's a fantastic design. I love rock-water combination. Obviously, rock because it was a fossil and whatnot. I'd like to see an OG one of these. I'd like to see how it was in the wild. I want to see a whole world where it's just the fossil-related and dinosaur-related Pokemon out there doing the shit. Like a full entire film or something to do about it. I don't fucking know. It'll be cool. But Kabutops is number 10. Up, it is Dreadnought, one of the Pokemon that I used in my first ever Gen 8 playthrough. He was, we got our tutor, we got a Dreadnought, and it was our first playthrough of Pokemon Shield. And again, I fell in love with this bastard. I like turtley related stuff, but the fact that he's just so derpy and dumb, like, and when he goes into his big boy and he's all like, I'm a TMNT now, motherfucker. adorable. Fucking love it. Well, I wouldn't say adorable, but absolutely amazing. But it's that derpy, stupid, over-the-top animated look that I love about him. He's just there. It's fucking... It's so fucking cool. It's an amazing design. Just straight up water. I fell in love with him as soon as they introduced Tutor. Even Tutor I like. He's got this little badass attitude. It's like, my head's too big for my body, but fuck off. The whole line's great. And Tutor is on the list. How can I not put this Pokemon on the list? Lapras. Lapras is an motherfucking G of a Pokemon. I think everybody has a soft spot for Lapras in their heart. I do think it was a missed opportunity though with Sword and Shield. They should have had some sort of massive, crazy ass lake. Kind of like what we just got in Scarlet Violet with Lake, whatever the frig it's called at the top. And you should have had some sort of variant of Lapras and whatnot. You know, with the whole Loch Ness and Loch Ness Monster carry on. I really, before Sword and Shield come out and we knew they would be faced on Britain, I thought they were going to implement that in some way, shape or form. But they didn't, but it's fine. But Lapras, nonetheless, is still an absolute beast. It's been in the heart of us Pokemon fans since near enough day dot. Ash using it, the whole Orange Island shenanigans, then we go into the original cards, the fossil card, absolutely beautiful. Then when this bad boy got its giant form, the shiny form being pink, the fact that you got one-handed to you at thingy in the first games, you're like, oh, here's a Lapras, and you're like, sweet, get in. It's super strong, it's super powerful, it's constantly used in my Ultra League teams with Pokemon Go. I friggin' love me some Lapras. Great design, great Pokemon. They should definitely change and tweak it and do something with it. Give it an evolution, a pre-evolution, sorry. Give it a Mega Evolution. Give it an alternate form in the future. Everybody loves Lapras. Greninja! Now, Greninja had to get a massive shout out because it's very rare. Apart from the only times I can remember, it's Gen 5, Gen, what's X and Y, Gen 6, and Gen 9. Where the grass type isn't my favourite starter out of the trio because it's usually always it's always, I've just said three there isn't. It's always grass boys for me though. Grassy boys are my guys, but Froakie come along and I thought I quite like you. Then I saw Greninja and I was like, I freaking love you. You're a big ninja-y badass. Even though I do like it, Chespin and all the way to Chestnut and stuff, but there was something about Greninja, the fact that it's this little badass ninja. Plus I will admit, I did fall in love with it a bit more when it did its whole Ash evolution carry-on thing. Its sprite in the game, the way it's just really imposed and thingy, the whole tongue around its neck carry-on, the shiny version. There's a reason why, I don't know if you could see him. You could just see his head there. There's a reason why I bought the Greninja action figure and just have him chilling next to the bed because I think he's so amazing. The whole water shurikens carry on. He's a great starter. He's a great Pokemon. The dark typing I'm not really that bothered about. I get why it's a dark type. That's cool, but I'm not really bothered with the dark type aspect of it. But he's an amazing, amazing Pokemon, and he looks fantastic. And it's, well, like I said, it's one of the rare occasions where a different starter Pokemon beat the grass type. We're going to be doing another starter now, and that starter is Feraligatr. How can you not love this now definite OG legendary, not legendary Pokemon? I always have to feel like I have to clarify this, but you guys probably understand where I'm coming from. But legendary Pokemon in his own right. Wow, Totodile was just beautiful and amazing. Still Team Chikorita, but Totodile was perfect. It was let's take a look quickly. Generation 1 starters were all perfect. Generation 2 starters were all perfect. Again, this is all subjective to me. Generation 3 for me was hit and miss. Mudkip and Trico amazing. Torchic not a big fan of. Generation 4, all of them were perfect. Generation 5, let's not talk about them for me. Generation 6, nah, Fennekin awful. Generation 7, Popplio a bit awful. Generation 8, I'm trying to remember where we are here now. I'm not the biggest fan of Scorbunny. I do like Scorbunny, and I do like Cinderace, but I'm not the biggest fan, so I wouldn't say perfect. And then the newest generation, hands down, not perfect. So it was the last time for me that we had a perfect starter trio, and Totodile is a huge reason why them starters look fantastic. And then we get to the final evolutions, and we get Feraligatr, a massive alligator bad boy. Like I love Feraligatr that much, right? I love when people make them like the dioramas or the clay models or the shit they craft and do them in the water looking all pretty and scary and whatnot. There's have you ever seen the pictures in real life of Pokemon with their people, and you got the Feraligatr one? It just looks amazing. Even the straight up blue and like red color scheme, it screams Pokemon-y Pokemon. That's a saying. If you've been for the channel for a while, you know you'll know that I love to say it all the time. It's a very Pokemon. He just screams, I am what a Pokemon should look like. You know, the designs, the color scheme, how they integrate it into the games, and how he stands and its sprite and whatnot. It's just fucking beautiful and perfect. Couldn't do a water list without adding the badass himself, Gyarados, who for fucking ages is very, it could just be me that did this, but you know, we had the whole Charizard, it's a dragon, when it first came out, and you know, it's not. I did the same for Gyarados. When I first saw him, I was like, wow, a big fucking water dragon, that's amazing, but I think he's classed on a sea serpent. I might be wrong there. But Gyarados is another Pokemon that feels like a legend in his own right. From moments of the Lake of Rage, getting the red Gyarados, from Magikarp being in there being in every game and getting a very strong, powerful water-type Pokemon quite early, you know, level 20. Yes, Magikarp's a bit of a pet. The fact that Magikarp's a huge meme in the water Pokemon. Magikarp's is just as well known, I reckon, as some of the likes of Charmanders and Snorlaxes and Mewtwo's. Magikarp is 110% up there. Seeing it in live action in Detective Pikachu, and the whole Magikarp comes out and then evolves as big Gyarados. The overall design and the story behind it, you know, the whole Magikarp going up and it evolving and whatnot, absolutely beautiful. It's been used on some legendary teams. You know, Lance had one and stuff. Gary had a Gyarados, didn't he? Gary had a Gyarados? I can't remember where I'm at now. He's been on plenty of legendary teams. From Ash, Misty using it as a Mega Evolution against Ash recently in the Sun and Moon stuff. What an absolutely outstanding, beautiful, amazing designed Pokemon. Water flying, I know when I first got into the game, I was like, that's a flying type. It baffled my mind, but now it just sits right with us. I didn't add him onto the flying types list because there was a lot more flying types that I love more than, but when you speak about him in a water aspect, absolutely fucking brilliant. Because I forget, again, even when I was doing that list, I probably forgot that he was a flying type, but he probably wouldn't have made the list anyway for flying types. But he definitely makes the list for water types, and I think that puts him at 5 as well. Have I put him at 5? Yeah, because he is so cool. I've had him on plenty of teams. I'm sure you guys have had him on plenty of teams. He's got a great move set. He's just the big, scary badass. I really would love to see a wild Gyarados somehow, way, shape, or form. I did a thumbnail where I went to a place called Talking Town, and it was me and my little boat and whatnot, and like a Gyarados popping outside, and I was like, imagine bumping into a real Gyarados. Like, ugh. It would be fucking terrifying, but it would be so amazing. But he's a classic, legendary OG Pokemon. It's one for you, Jamesy boy, and hopefully you've got this far, but it's Swampert. Yes, Swampity Diddly Yumpert. I am more Team Trico than I am Swampert and Mudkip and stuff, but I love me some Swampert. I love me some Marshtomp. I love me some Mudkip. Again, they're big derpy boys. They're just like, hi, I'm a big derpy derp. And then seeing your little Mudkip turn into this absolute unit of a motherfucker. And especially when he Mega Evolves. Imagine walking down the street and some dickhead's like, hey, Swampert, do you want to play a prank on this guy? Mega Evolve. And he's like, he's just coming at you like that. Like, you want to fucking go? You want to fucking go? He's the biggest roido in Pokemon. Fuck your Yamas and your Machamps and whatnot. That's your big muscle badass boy. He is so cool. The water ground typing as well, absolutely amazing. He fits into the region of Hoenn so well as well. I think when they did the Hoenn stuff, even though I'm not a big fan of Torchic, I thought they designed the starters quite well for that region that they were in. But Swampert's so badass. You can put him in so many different art styles and he looks great on cards. When he's ever had a holo, you know, a full art, or whatever he's got, he just looks amazing. It's been a while actually since we've had a Swampert related card. Fuck me, it would have been a good while. I'm trying to think of the last one that we got. I know we've had a few hollows and whatnot, but like in terms of like a full art and shit, they need to bring that back because he is so photogenic. Even the little weird little orange things on the side, the moveset you can give him, he is so badass. He's so powerful. And like I said, when you see him Mega Evolve as well, he just looked great. The whole line is, apart from the Marshtomp is a Pokemon I do really like, but it goes a little bit weird there, doesn't it? Because you go from back of all fours to stand up with a slightly different colour tone to then back to like, he's not really on all fours, is he, Swampert? He's just kind of on his tippy toes at the front, but he's ready to stand up and be like, fuck it, come on, lad. But yeah, I fell in love with him, and I thought that is one of the best water type starters we will ever get. Poliwrath. I fucking love me some Poliwrath. The water fighting, whirly-durly, I can look at your intestines, carry on with you. He's another little roido. Not as roido as Mega Swampert, but he's another little roido. When I first started playing Pokemon, right, visuals, this is why they're on the list. I was fascinated and enamored. Enamored, is that the word? I was in awe, and I was, my mind would always work wonders with the Pokemon that need evolutionary stones. Like I've said it before, like why I like Victory Bell, the likes of Gloom and stuff. That was always fascinated with the whole evolutionary stone aspect carry on. It kind of, even to this day, now it's kind of making me want to start a new game and get Pokemon where I have to evolve with stones. I don't know why, it's very bizarre, I get it. But there's something about Poliwrath, and there's something about the whole line. Poliwag I adore. I think it's because when I look at them, I get taken back to the old. Do you remember the old Pokemon cards? Not the actual cards, but the solid ones. I think they were made by Topps. They were made by Topps, definitely, and they had the pictures. I remember seeing them, and the way that these three stood out, more in particular Poliwrath, and how they looked, and all the big angry shenanigans, he's big, he must do all that carry on, and it just looks so friggin' fantastic. I really want to start the first gen game. I'm gonna redo Let's Go just for the crack over the weekend. Fuck it. Why not? But they just looked amazing, and I fell in love with him, and I fell in love with the story behind it. Go from this cute, innocent little Poliwag to Poliwhirl, who looks a little bit more happy, and then to I'm going to fuck you up with my big weird magic gloves and whatnot. He is, and again, he is the epitome, he's the embodiment of a Pokemon-y Pokemon for me personally, and I just friggin' love the guy. I think it's that one anyway. Is that his cry? Yeah, isn't it? It's Kingler. How the fuck can you not love Kingler? I'm going to get this out there now. Again, another Pokemon-y Pokemon. But this time around, I got to fall in love with this Pokemon because of everything he did with Ash. A lot of people forget that he was a bit of a main player for Ash from time to time, and he did really, really well from him. And I just love the design of this. I really want to get one in the Pokemon. Shit, I want to do a water team now. I want to be a gym type water fucking. I want to be Misty. Fuck. But he's so cool, Kingler. Like the cry and everything, the interaction he had with Ash, the whole big claw, little claw. Get to see in the big bearded version of him in Sword and Shield and whatnot. I'm glad he got some extra love in that. Again, another photogenic Pokemon that looks great on Pokemon cards. Has a great history. Is a legendary Pokemon in his own right. Massive OG. Krabby being a beast himself. Kingler just being friggin' outstanding and amazing. I fucking love the world of Pokemon, and I love Kingler. I love the fact that they made this crab Pokemon amazing. Even when he's doing his walking sideways crack, or if he's following you and whatnot. Even his cookie stuff shenanigans. Absolutely freaking beautifully amazing. Not the most powerful. I remember having a lot of Kinglers on my teams, and sometimes they would get effed up. Be like, I could make you a bit more powerful. I should, they could buff you up a little bit more. But Kingler, oh, my guy, he's not dead. I don't know why I'm pointing up, but my guy, that's apparently dead. And finally, it's maybe an obvious one, but it's Blastoise. I can't lie, visuals. It's funny when I play the first Pokemon games. I mean, way back when I was younger than that. Charmander, I always loved. Charizard's always going to be my guy. Charizard's a beast. He's a legend. You get the pulls like, yes, fucking Charizard. I love Charizard. But I remember looking at Squirtle, and I remember looking at Bulbasaur, and it was them two. There were the two that I had a decision with. I never looked at all three and thought, oh, shit. It was always, yeah, Charmander's awesome. But these two are really, really something special to me. I love the whole get up. This is a weird thing to explain. I love the whole turtle line. I hope and because I love TMNT and shit, I don't know if it's because of that. I love turtles and tortoises and whatnot themselves, but I just love the design of Squirtle and how they evolved him into water, or he just looks, his little fucking eerie bits and whatnot. And then we get to Blastoise, and I just remember looking at him thinking, wow, what a beautiful, amazing concept and idea and design. This big, massive tortoise, fucking whatever the fuck he is, with his cannons in the back. His Mega Evolution looks amazing. There's a reason. Do you remember the collection boxes we did recently, Visual? I would get the stuff out, but it's all in that box. We did the Venusaur with the VMAXs. I can't remember. Yeah, VMAX and Blastoise VMAX. And I kept going about how they were the best looking cards. In fact, let me... I don't know what it is. I know there's a history there because, I'm an OG player and all that kind of carry on. Oh, where are you little bastards? But there is something. There we go. There is something about, because I told you when we did these unboxings and we got these, and I fell in love instantaneously with theyese boxes. They're the two of the best looking and most amazing colours and designs and whatnot of any collection box we've opened in a long old while. I think it's because green's my favourite colour and I love blue and I just love how these look. Like I said, I love Charizard. I really do love me some Charizard. But when I look at this, like even if you release a Charizard box, it wouldn't look as good as these. Like, there's something about him in particular in the world of Pokemon that I just absolutely adore. Again, not as much as Venusaur. Venusaur will forever be like I know this is a water one, but like that to me is one of my favourite promo cards I will ever have. It's just so freaking cool and amazing and badass. But even in Blastoise's V form, like to me, that is the embodiment of Pokemon. Just how they look and the, you know, the bit chubbiness and the over animated and the bright carry on and the stupid little gimmicks like cannons coming out the back of him. But that to me just screams the world of Pokemon, and I will always remember it was Bulbasaur and Squirtle that was the hard choice. But then again, it wasn't hard in the end because I felt it there, you know, with that big. I don't know, where is he? Where's the big Bulbasaur? That big stupid face just made it. That's the reason why he's on my necklaces every day. Little Bulbasaur on the Game Boy, because Bulbasaur is just. But yeah, Blastoise, it's the same amount of love. A Pokemon in Pokemon, OG starter, OG Pokemon, a legendary Pokemon. I'm saying it like it's a eulogy, like I'm getting really sad and depressed now, but I fucking love Blastoise. And he's number one of my favourite water types of all time. And there we have the visuals. That was my favourite water type Pokemon. It's a bit rambly there, I do apologise. Of all time. And please let us know your favourite water type Pokemon of all time. And let me know in the comments below what Pokemon typing we should do next. Do you want Darks? Do you want your Poisons, your Grounds, your Rocks, your Fightings? Whoever you want. Let me know in the comments below. And we'll get it done in a couple of weeks. And we'll carry on this little mini-series. Again, these lists are always subject to change because you'll find new reasons to love a water type. I mean, the DLC for Scarlet and Violet might implement a new water variant or some shit, and you adds to an old Pokemon, makes a new Pokemon, you instantly fall in love with what, fuck knows. But visuals, there we have it. My favourite water Pokemon of all time. And thank you for watching. Always keep being you and keep on keeping on.